Basically, I want the Domer model slides from uh, okay to understand. Hmm. Next slide, beta. This I took up that there are investment has to effect and unemployment of labor generally attracts attention. So that's what, yes, I want to start from here. Now, to understand the implication of Domer model, one should get familiar with the relation listed below. This is the relation which I was talking about yesterday. Income is determined by investment to multiplier. For simplicity, saving income ratio S is assumed constant, so this implies that. I think you wrote this equation also in your copies. Yt is equal to Nt upon S. So in this case, T is the time period, Y is the output, L is the, or I rather is the investment, actual investment, and S is saving income ratio or saving propensity. If propensity to consume means when the income increases, consumption also increases, but not at the same rate as income increases, then in this case, saving propensity means when income increases, saving also increases. Of course, not at the same rate as income increases, but saving also increases. So saving and income has a direct relation. Next slide. In the next slide, you will see the relation between productive capacity. So this is the second equation. You should write down this equation also. I think we wrote it yesterday. Yt minus 1 यानी कि ये साल और पिछला साल. If you want to talk about the last year, if we want to talk about current year it's t, last year it's t minus 1, then it upon alpha. What do they stand for? Next, that you will see in the next slide. Y shows the productive capacity for output. A is the actual marginal capital output ratio, which is the reciprocal of a potential social average investment productivity. Therefore, equation 2 can also be expressed as delta Yt is equal to, this is very important because this sign can be treated as multiplier also. So, multiplier times there will be an increase in income. So, this equation shows that change in productive capacity is the product of capital productivity and investment. As such, it reveals the productivity effect. So you can also call it a productivity effect. This side of equation is known as the supply side because it talks about what happens and how you can increase the productivity of a product. Now the productivity of a product, productivity of a labor, in this case it's an input. तो कैपिटल की प्रोडक्टिविटी कैसे बढ़ाएंगे, ह्यूमन कैपिटल की प्रोडक्टिविटी कैसे बढ़ाएंगे, दैट्स अ चैलेंज. And in this case, the simple formula is delta Yt. इनकम को इंक्रीज करिए और वो प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कैपिटल प्रोडक्टिविटी टाइम्स आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट का रिजल्ट होगा. तो इसको हम दूसरे साइड से भी पढ़ सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो इन्वेस्टमेंट इज इंड्यूस्ड. सी ऑटोनॉमस इन्वेस्टमेंट और इंड्यूस्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट में क्या डिफरेंस है, इफ एनीबॉडी नोस the difference between autonomous investment and induced investment. Anybody has an idea? Difference between autonomous investment and induced investment.
Ma'am, autonomous investment is basically a fixed investment, and induced is something which we invest during some process, or it can be variable.
Can you repeat it after once more, Beta?
Ma'am, autonomous basically is a fixed investment, and induced investment is something that can be varied.
Okay.
Investment can be.
Induced can be very. Let's write a difference between autonomous and induced a little bit because that is important. Investment means expenditure on creation of new capital asset. Investment means expenditure on creation of new capital assets. Investment means expenditure on creation of new capital assets. Sanskriti, can you turn off your mic? Thank you. Alternatively, investment is addition to the existing stock of physical. Alternatively, investment is addition to the existing stock, is an addition to the existing stock of physical or real assets like machinery, building, equipment, like machinery, building, equipment, raw material, etc. Raw material, etc. Which adds to the future productive capacity of an economy. Which adds to the future productive capacity of an economy. Which adds to the future productive capacity of an economy. Uh, then write about induced investment from the second line. Next line. Induced investment refers to the investment which is made with the motive. Induced investment refers to the investment which is made with the motive of earning profit. Which is made with the motive of earning profit. As it is done in private sector. As it is done in private sector. So induced investment refers to the investment which is made with the motive of earning profit as it is done in private sector. Induced investment depends directly upon profit expectations. Induced investment depends directly upon profit expectations. It is income elastic. If national income goes up, induced investment also goes up. If national income goes up, induced investment also goes up. So, 2-3 definitions given in this paragraph. The first one is investment is all about expenditure on creation of new capital. This is the definition of investment. Alternatively, investment is addition to the existing capital stock. So, if somebody asks you what is the difference between investment and capital, capital is something that adds to the further production, and investment means expenditure on the creation of new capital or addition being made to the future productive capacity, वो चाहे किसी फॉर्म में आए, मशीनरी है, बिल्डिंग है, इक्विपमेंट है, डिपेंड करता है, ह्यूमन कैपिटल है. So, but induced investment means generally done with the profit in mind and which made the motive of earning profit. It is done in the private sector. So, induced investment. तो प्राइवेट सेक्टर इंड्यूस होता है किस चीज से? प्रॉफिट से. That is why the term induced investment. And the second one is autonomous investment. So write about autonomous investment. Autonomous investment refers to the investment which is made irrespective of level of income. Autonomous investment refers to the investment which is made irrespective of level of income. As is generally done in government sector. As is generally done in government sector. So ये है autonomous शब्द का मतलब होता है actually freedom, autonomy, autonomous. ऑटोनॉमस यूनिवर्सिटी होती है, दैट इज इट इज फ्री फ्रॉम अदर क्रिएशन, या किसी यूनिवर्सिटी से फ्री से ऑटोनॉमस कहते हैं, ऑटोनॉमी, फ्रीडम। तो ऑटोनॉमस इन्वेस्टमेंट का मतलब होता है व्हेन द गवर्नमेंट डज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट इन समथिंग विदाउट एनी मोटिव, इट इज फ्री ऑफ एनी आउट मोटिव, लाइक प्रॉफिट नहीं चाहिए, आउटपुट इंक्रीज होने पे नहीं होगा ये इन्वेस्टमेंट, देर आर नो सच थिंग, तो दैट इन्वेस्टमेंट इज नोन एज ऑटोनॉमस। Induced शब्द का मतलब होता है जबरदस्ती, that is when something actually pushes you, that means induced, you were induced to do that. So induced meaning in this case it means when the private sector invests only and only if there is a profit, so वो induced investment होता है. That is why the good example is right now the farm bill. There was no private sector in the agricultural sector until and unless the government has come up with the farm bill and has actually given every authority which the government was dealing to the private sector. Now the private sector will never do autonomous investment. It is the government who does autonomous investment. कहीं मनरेगा चलाएंगे तो कहीं पे पॉवर्टी एलिविएशन प्रोग्राम होगा, कहीं सब्सिडी होगी, कहीं पेंशन होगी, तो ये सब ऑटोनॉमस इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है. प्रोडक्शन प्रोडक्टिव कैपेसिटी बढ़ाने के लिए किया जाता है. बट इंड्यूस्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट अब फार्म बिल आने के बाद अब देखिएगा इन्वेस्टमेंट होगा एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में, तो किस चीज ने उसको अट्रैक्ट किया, पहले तो नहीं हो रहा था, बट नाउ देयर इज अ पक्का चांस दैट दे विल बी मेकिंग ह्यूज प्रॉफिट. So induced investment and autonomous investment, that's what the difference between the two things. Anyway, the idea was to make you understand why the term induced investment written over here. Investment is induced, it's written by output growth along with entrepreneurial confidence. तो दो वेरिएबल काम कर रहे हैं एम्प्लॉयमेंट को, सॉरी इन्वेस्टमेंट को इंड्यूस करने के लिए. आउटपुट ग्रोथ एक तो बढ़नी चाहिए और एंटरप्रेन्योरल कॉन्फिडेंस. द लैटर इज एडवर्सली अफेक्टेड बाय जंकिंग. आई थिंक जंकिंग का हम लोगों ने कल ये सब किया था, सो आई एम नॉट गेटिंग इनटू ऑल दिस. दिस वी ऑल डिड यस्टरडे. But I wanted to start up with just telling you that what is the difference between induced and autonomous. So next slide. We did this also. So next slide. You wrote, I hope all these things, what do they stand for? And next slide. Okay. ये सारे जितने variables यहाँ पे लिखे हैं, कहा गया है कि actually DOMER uses these variables again and again. So this is a kind of a vocabulary of a DOMER, which you are looking, what you are looking at. And in this case, YD is the level of net national income, as I told you, effective demand. Yesterday I told you to actually give me a difference between effective demand and aggregate demand. But anyway, capital है ही, anything that adds in further production is known as capital. So real capital is the asset, as she said, used to produce some goods. And farmland is a major example of real capital because the farmer uses this asset to produce commodities. So एक capital already है और दूसरी चीज को produce करने के लिए use किया जा रहा है, ये है real capital, which he then sells to make profit. So equipment and machinery, she also said that the real capital होते हैं. तो वो जो capital को capital produce करे तो वो real capital होगा. That's the idea. तो यहाँ पे जो उसने लिया था इफेक्टिव डिमांड, सॉरी यहाँ पे जो क्राइटेरिया था उसका एक तो YD था, दैट इज नेट नेशनल इनकम, और एक था YS प्रोडक्टिव कैपेसिटी और सप्लाई फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट, एक था K रियल कैपिटल, और एक था I दैट इज नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट व्हिच रिजल्ट्स इन द इंक्रीज ऑफ रियल कैपिटल, दैट इज डेल्टा K. चार चीजें जो है इसको लर्न करिए, YD, YS, K एंड L. YD, YS, K एंड L, इसको बार बार याद करिए. Can Astha hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. ये जो सामने तुम्हारे चार चीजें लिखी है इसको रीड करो जरा. YD, YK, K और L. What do they stand for? बस रीड करो. हाँ.
YD, level of net national income or level of effective demand at full employment.
demand
Hmm.
side.
Hmm.
Y
Why
is
is? Hmm.
level of productivity, level of productive capacity or
Hmm.
supply at full employment level,
Hmm.
supply side.
Hmm.
K, real capital.
Hmm. Okay.
I, net investment, which results in the increase of real capital.
Hmm.
Uh, delta K,
Hmm.
margin, uh, delta K, marginal propensity to save,
Hmm.
which
Hmm.
is the reciprocal of
Hmm.
multiplier,
Hmm.
and A, uh, it's sigma, is the productivity of capital or of net investment.
थैंक यू आस्था. अब आप इसको देख रहे हैं, ये एक आम चीजें नहीं लिखी हुई है. यू डोंट नो द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस थिंग, तो इसको रटने से कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. ये एक बेस है डोमर का. एनीवे, लेट्स मूव ऑन. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. So after this slide, you will come across this slide, which will talk about the demand side. Now, the demand side of the long-term effect of investment can be summarized through the following relation. The relation is YD is equal to 1 upon, this is a very interesting relation. This is the Keynesian investment multiplier. सीधे सीधे YD मतलब डिमांड है, ये इफेक्टिव डिमांड, आम डिमांड नहीं, इफेक्टिव डिमांड. मैं बार बार इसीलिए आप लोगों से कह रही हूँ कि इफेक्टिव डिमांड को समझिए, क्योंकि इफेक्टिव डिमांड इज यूज्ड हियर. आम डिमांड यूज नहीं किया जाता है मैक्रो में. तो इफेक्टिव डिमांड आपको पता ही नहीं है, तो आप पढ़ेंगे क्या? आप इफेक्टिव डिमांड लिखाएंगे आंख बंद करके, तो पता ही नहीं है होता क्या है. So यहाँ पे everybody write effective demand. I'm giving you this definition. Get it in your brains clearly. What is effective demand? So effective demand in a market is the demand for product or services. Effective demand in a market is the demand for a product or services which occurs when purchasers are constrained in a different market. So effective demand in a market is the demand for a product or services which occurs when purchasers are constrained in a different market. The principle of effective demand is basic to Keynes' analysis. The principle of effective demand is basic to Keynes' analysis of income. Keynes' analysis of income, output, and employment. Income, output, and employment. In brief, the principle of effective demand tells us, in brief, the principle of effective demand tells us that in the short period, an economy's aggregate income, that in the short period, an economy's aggregate income and employment, that in the short period, an economy's aggregate income and employment are determined by the level of aggregate demand. That in the short period, an economy's aggregate income and employment are determined by the level of aggregate demand. Which is satisfied with aggregate supply. Which is satisfied with aggregate supply. It has two components. It has two components. It has two components. The sum of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. The sum of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure constitute effective demand. The sum of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure constitute effective demand in a two-sector economy. Although there are three component actually, C plus I plus G as she was talking about, लेकिन यहाँ पे इग्नोर किया जाता है इफेक्टिव डिमांड में ज़्यादातर जी को. और अगर आप डायग्राम इसको देखेंगे इफेक्टिव डिमांड का गूगल करिएगा, देखिएगा इफेक्टिव डिमांड को का कॉन्सेप्ट वो केवल दो चीज़ों से मिलकर बना हुआ है. कंपोनेंट दो ही हैं, कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर और इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर से मिलकर बना होता है. So ये Keynesian concept है effective demand का. It is very different from regular demand. As you can see over here, the relation, this is the Keynesian relation. Level of effective demand अब आपको YD समझ में आएगा. इसका मतलब consumption expenditure और investment expenditure से जो demand आ रही है, consumption side से और investment side से, वो effective demand है, is directly related to the level of investments through the multiplier, whose value is given by 1 upon alpha. 1 upon alpha, 1 upon 1 minus NPC, 1 upon MPS, 1 upon alpha, ये सारी चीजें मल्टीप्लायर के फॉर्मूला है. Any increase in the level of investment will directly increase the level of effective demand and vice versa. The effective demand is inversely related to the marginal propensity to save. Any increase in marginal propensity to save will decrease the level of effective demand and vice versa. Now here is the question. What is the implication when there is an inverse relation between the marginal propensity to save and effective demand? What is the implication for the economy? If there is an inverse relationship between the marginal propensity to save and effective demand, what does that say about the economy? What's the message? What does it talk about the economy? It's written over here in the last line. Any increase in MPS will decrease the level of effective demand. What does this mean? What is the implication for the economy if there is an inverse relationship between these two?
Ma'am, less income generation as the people will save more, then investment will be less, and then effective demand will be less, and hence national income will.
There is one more link, Akriti. Although before income, what will happen is if there is an inverse relationship, the implication states that if there is increase in the saving, then this will reduce the consumption. क्योंकि y is equal to c plus s, है ना?
Yes.
तो कंजम्पशन कम होता है. जब कंजम्पशन कम होगा तो वो ये सीधे कह रहे हैं कि क्या होगा, फिर इट विल डिक्रीज द इफेक्टिव डिमांड, क्योंकि कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर दोनों साइड से है. तो अगर किसी साइड से या तो हाउस होल्ड सेक्टर से या पब्लिक सेक्टर से अगर कम हुआ, एनपीएस आपका बढ़ गया, इफेक्टिव डिमांड कम हो जाएगी. दैट मीन्स कंजम्पशन कम हो जाएगा. कंजम्पशन कम होगा तो रिजल्ट इन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट मीन्स लोअर इनकम. शी इज राइट, बट उसमें दो तीन लिंकेज और हैं बीच में. Anyway, the implication for the economy is that this inverse relationship sounds, doesn't sound good. So either you'll have to choose consumption between consumption and saving. Here the message is clear. Keynesian economics is the spending economics. They don't talk about saving. He wants everybody to spend. जो है spend कर दीजिए. Spend करिए ताकि effective demand increase हो. So यही चीज इस equation में लिखी हुई है. YD is equal to 1 upon alpha. Actually ये alpha होना चाहिए था multiplied by I. I'll take up this again. I think you might all be tense about joining the people and all that. I'll let you go for now. I will stop the class. But